see the green light go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Potts, and Dave win.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred.
Meaning credentials.
Best of both worlds
When we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain. And we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Go, go, go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Hey, Mike's 50.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Third and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Check 50, check 50.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Check, 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 check. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
On second and 12, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it third and 4.
Slide 90.
Rip left, rip left.
Bang out, bang out. Bam, point.
To throw is Wilson from the gun on third down. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Let's win. Let's go.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On first down, Grant. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the Saints' 3-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches.
Check. What?
Alert.
This is Grant. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Cut. 380.
56. Let's get the ball. Watch out. No. Off. Check.
380.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. Blue 80.
Mike 45. All day.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey, they scared.
3, 2, 3.
Play fake. Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Hey, man. Watch the scoop. Watch the scoop. Wait.
3rd and long for Winston. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And the Saints, first down.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
40. I'm here all day.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Hey, 0.
Watch the shift. Switch.
On 1st down, Grant. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. The 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 92 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it,
safe.
Be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, Winston. Looking long for Thomas. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them. From a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First down, New Orleans.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Winston to throw it this time. Open man here, Neil Sterling, the tight end. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
A first down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the
Ready.
Seahawks
Blue wave.
37
Hey,
yard line.
stop. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Off the play fake, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. On third down, Gibson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On second down now, it's Grant. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Corey Grant with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put...
It got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Wilson now Nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I'm coming.
One left.
Motion. Reset.
Go.
50 seconds to Mike. Bring it.
Go, guys. 4 down.
56.
Go, 14. 36.
Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Wilson now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Olsen over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Marquise Blair on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Defense, let's go.
They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's on the second-round pick, Eric McCoy from Texas A&M.
Ready. White 25.
45. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Green, triple T.
Boom, boom.
Now a second down throw for Winston. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Saints first down.
Ready. Blue ready.
Mike 45. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Going to give this time to the tailback. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Hey, ready. Black 22. Flip, flip, flip. White, 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 white.
Patrick.
First down, Winston. He gets it to Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Ready. Blue ready.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Shit.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Green, triple T.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd and short.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Lobo. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Kill, kill, kill.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And the Saints 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play action now, Winston. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. They go play action. Winston. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They come out here in the eye. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. From the gun, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
A game of 15. And the Saints 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Letting one go. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Front left, front left. Here we go, 50, Mike 50. It's just me.
They go back to Grant, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Slam. Front left. No pass. Hayward. All right, T, let's go.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's Winston. Gets this one to Hill. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And now look at him go. 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is brought in by Gibson. That one goes for 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back.